Welcome to the Making You, an accurate reflection of Christ podcast, where you become translucent glory. Now here's your host and glory teacher, Karen Pina.
Kingdom greetings. Here we are for another episode, and today we're going to be exploring the concept of being a solutionist just like Jesus. For many, many years, I was like most people. I whined and complained about how corporate leaders communicated change. I moaned about the high taxes and low services provided in you hear me, every city that we lived in. I belly ached about the way organizations poorly service their customers. Even in my relationship with God, I complained. Instead of rising up in my God given authority and doing what He put me on this earth to do, which is Genesis 1 and 26, to do what? Dominate, take dominion. To do what? Let the kingdom that's in my mouth open up and create what it is that He wants to create through me. What is the situation that He wants to create through me? I'm telling you, all I did was complain. Let's dive into this. I complained to any and everyone who would listen until He began to make me into an accurate reflection of Christ. You see, Christ was a solutionist, not a whiner. He was a problem solver, not a nag. One of the most critical roles we face in these modern times as believers is showing up in every sphere of society and solving problems because we have Christ in us, the hope of glory, as the solution. And as we often say in the Glory School community, glory is the answer for all mankind. A couple of episodes ago, you learned about how to choose software for your online university and or membership site. Now, I'm ready to share the reason behind that two-part series. As you may or may not know, Facebook has major ethical issues. The leaders of this media organization have consistently proven that they do not value their users' privacy and data. In fact, the only value that they place on it is to sell it for profit. It's a well-known fact that they have been faced with legal issues in this area from time to time. However, nothing, zip, zilch, has changed. Their Facebook policies as well as their stance hasn't changed. And the users haven't either. The users continue to log on while complaining about the safety and security of their information, murmuring about data privacy and grumbling about all the technical hiccups and the ever evolving world of Facebook ads. Well, that's not me. I am not a complainer. I am not a criticizer. Wow. When I am sharing, I get to the solution. I'm a problem solver, just like my big brother and king. The data that I created in Facebook groups down through the years was priceless to me, and I didn't want to lose it or have it compromised in some way. The people's data in our group, those we serve, it was important enough to me to protect it. As their leader, it was my responsibility to take action versus keep logging on and complaining. At a very strong leading of the Lord, I did something about it. That's right. I created with Him the environment I desired. Now we have our very own online learning community behind a secure network and loaded with awesome features. I want to invite you to join us by going to gloryschoolcommunity.com. That's right, I am pausing right here in the middle of this Be a Solutionist, just like Jesus, to invite you to join a group of people that are learning how to be solutionists and not whiners and complainers. GlorySchoolCommunity.com. I'm telling you, I painstakingly set up this community to fit every budget. The introductory rates right now, they're reasonable, but this is going to change. It's going to change very soon. So if you're serious about your spiritual growth and development, if you're serious about becoming empowered to rise up in your authority, wow, and do something about the things that you see, join this community of radically on fire for God believers. At the same time, I'm extending this invitation. I don't want you to lose sight of the challenge in this episode. I'm challenging you to look around. Look around your job, look around your business, ministry, and your community. And I mean, take a real good look. And then ask yourself this: am I showing up as a solutionist or a whiner in these areas? Selah. If you work a job, on that job, are you showing up from 9 to 5 as a whiner or as a solutionist? And hey, you might wait until after 5 to start whining. You may not do it in the context of the workday, but by golly, all the way driving in, all the way preparing to get there, and then all the way home after you have worked a full day. That is your posture, even with your family who you love, whining, wow, about what's wrong at the job. Wow, my Father, look real good at your business. It's your business. He entrusted it to you. If you're whining and complaining, you are not exercising your authority. You are not being a solutionist like Jesus. The same thing holds true for ministry and your community. How are you showing up? That's what the challenge is in this episode, because you are the salt and the light for this world. You are a king. Start your reign right in your own backyard. Go on out there in Jerusalem, your backyard, and start reigning. And then at his leading, and he knows when you're ready, venture out into every one of these areas. Okay, venture out into your job, venture out into your community, and show up as an accurate reflection of Christ, which is the image of triumphing over situations, wow, over institutions and problems versus succumbing to them. Sometimes the best way to become like Christ is to get around and stay around people who are learning to do the same. So I'm closing by extending that invitation. Join us, gloryschoolcommunity.com. Until next week, be like Christ and shift atmospheres. Don't let them shift you into whiner status. Karen Pina, your host and glory teacher, signing out until next week. Blessings.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. To discuss and learn more about this episode, join your Glory community at bit.ly Glory School Community. First letter of the words are all capitalized. Finally, be sure to sign up for the RSS feed to know when the next episode is uploaded.